Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my go-to summer look. These eyes and then this face, this is what I do, just for my go-to. If I want something I know is going to look good, this is the makeup look I go to. So I also kind of feel like I know this makeup look like the back of my hand, so I'm really good at teaching it and showing other people how to get it. So if you want to see how I got this look, keep watching. Make sure that you comment down below and let me know what your favorite product was that I used in this video, and I'll pick one of you and send that product your way. I hope you guys enjoy, and without further ado, let's get right into it. So I like to start by moisturizing my skin before I do my eyes and eyebrows, just to make sure it has time to soak in. So for this, I'm going to be using the Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer. This primer is very refreshing and just makes your skin feel great. So I'm going to start by moisturizing my skin with that. I'm going to use that as kind of like my base primer. So once I have my primer on, I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in, and we're going to do our eyes while that soaks in. So for my eyes, I'm actually going to start with brows. It's my first thing that I do every time I do my makeup. I've been using the Bomb Ass Brows set by Desi Perkins and Benefit a lot lately. I am in the third shade. I believe it's like a light brown maybe, but this is my favorite set ever. So I'm going to start with just brushing through my brows and filling them in with this pencil. I'll pretty much be just doing an outline of the brow, and then I will move on to the next step. So the next step is to fill in this outline that I've made, and I will use my Foolproof Brow Powder. This is in the shade 3 again. So this actually has like a lighter shade for the inner portion of your brows and a darker shade for the outer portion. I really just mix the two together, and I use my, I believe this was a Morphe brow brush. Honestly, don't quote me on it because I don't remember, but I just use that to fill in my eyebrows completely. So my final step, and I know it seems like I do a lot, but is to highlight underneath my brows. This just helps to clean them up. I do get my brows waxed and dyed, especially during the summer. It helps shape them up a lot. But in between those, I like to clean up underneath, and I've been using the Benefit Highbrow lately. So I'm just going to line underneath my eyebrow. I want to go ahead and move on to my eyes, but normally what I do before I move on to my eyes is apply my primer. I've been using the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer a lot lately. I love this. As you can see, already hit pan. I love this especially for the summer because it really fills in my pores and keeps my face matte in the areas I want it to, especially when I start sweating. So I'm just going to apply this all over my face. That soaks in, we're going to move on to the eyes. I'm going to start by priming my eyes. I feel like this is very important. I do have some darker veins on my eyelids, so I like to kind of conceal those and make it neutral. So want to go ahead and start with my Morphe Eyelid Primer. This is in the shade Translucent. I really like to focus on the face more, but I do have a go-to look I try and do for my eyes all the time. I love to use my Anastasia Soft Glam palette. I also love my Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette as well. This one I would say I've used a lot longer and kind of torn up and hit pan on a lot. But the Soft Glam I have fallen in love with more recently, so this is what we're going to be using for today's look. So when I'm doing a summertime look like this, I like to start with a really light color just all throughout my crease. So I'm going to go in with this pinkish white color called Tempura, and I'm going to take my Morphe M504 brush. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that, tap off the excess, and kind of pat that into my crease, almost like I'm setting the primer. And now that we have that blended in, I'm going to go in with Orange Soda. It's this kind of creamsicle shade right here. I'm just going to use that same Morphe M504 brush, and then I'm going to actually start blending that all the way throughout my crease. So next Next, I'm going to be going in with the shade Burnt Orange right here. It's kind of like a mix between a dark brown and this creamsicle shade. Again, just keeping it simple, going in with my M504. Again, I'm going to pick that up, tap off the excess, and deepen up my crease even more. Next, to deepen the outer crease and the V, I'm going to go in with the shade Sienna. This is like a kind of burnt orangey brown color. I'm going to use my Morphe R40 brush. This is kind of the same but just a little bit more dense. And so I'm going to pick up that color and I'm just going to take this on the outer V right here. And then my last step to deepen my outer V even more, I'm going to be going in with the shade Rustic, which is just like a true medium brown color. I'll be using my Morphe M433 brush, and I'm just going to be focusing this on the outer V. And lastly, to finish off the eye look, I'm going to go in with the shade Glistening. This is like a true gold shade. I'm going to go in with this BH Cosmetics flat eyeshadow brush. So next I am going to go in and apply my falsies. This is really personal preference. You could just do mascara, but I love to wear these. I'm going to go in with the Kiss Lash Couture Faux Mink collection in the shade Muse. I'm going to pop these on really quick and I'll be right back. Alright, so you can see how much of a difference lashes really do make, and it only takes just a few seconds to put them on. So now I want to move on to my face. And now that my primer has soaked in, we'll move on to our foundation. My go-to foundation, especially during the summer months, is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I'm actually in the shade Snow, which is a little bit light for me right now, which is okay. But I just went through my first whole tube of it, so I have a brand new one to open right now. But I'm going to pump it onto the back of my hand. And then I'm just going to take my beauty blender and I'm just going to blend it all over my face. See, this is a little bit light for my current skin tone. That's okay. We'll go ahead and conceal and then we'll bronze. So for today's concealer and my go-to for the summer, I love to use the Nars. This is the Soft Matte Concealer. I use the shade 1 and 2 mixed together. Go in and bake, and I like to just bake under my eyes, down my nose, and on my chin. I kind of go to the side of my nose too. These are places where I get greasy very easily and oily very easily in the summer. I've been loving the Colourpop No Filtr setting powder. This is what I've been using a lot lately. I'm in the shade Translucent, so I'm just going to pick that up and apply it underneath my eyes. Nice and funny. I'm going to let that bake for about 3 to 4 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and start on my contour. So I love to contour with my Marc Jacobs Dream Filter palette. This is what it looks like right here. There's a light setting shade that I actually don't use too much anymore. I know I hit pan on it. And then there is a kind of like an ashy contour shade. So I'm going to be using this ashy contour shade for today's look. And to contour, I love to use my Morphe M581. If I want a more intense contour, then I will use something more dense, but I do love this kind of big puffy brush. It kind of fits perfectly onto my cheeks and helps me to contour. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of that and start to kind of chisel out my cheeks. So I'm going to go in and actually wipe off my bake, and then we'll move on to the bronzer. Next, moving on to bronzer, which is actually my favorite step. I'm going to go in with the Marc Jacobs Tastic bronzer. This is just another version of the other bronzer that you have, but this is more of like a warm bronzer, not a contour. And I actually love this because this is literally bigger than my hand. It's awesome. So I'm going to go in with this and my Morphe R2 brush. This is a big fat bronzing brush and I love it. So my next favorite step is highlighter. I'm gonna go in with the ABH and Amrezy highlight palette, or highlighter. This is such a pretty gold shade. You can just see the waves in there. Such a cool packaging. For highlighter, I love to use my Fenty Beauty highlight brush. This is the 120 highlight brush. You would think that this shape is super weird, but it really does hug the kind of cheekbone and apply the highlight great. So now I'm gonna go in with my mascara. One of my tried and true faves is the Loreal Voluminous Lash Paridise in black. So I'm actually going to use this to blend my regular lashes with my fake lashes on the top. And then for my bottom lashes, my tried and true fave of all time is the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black. My fave YouTuber Carly Bybel put me onto this. It is so awesome, but you can see the wand is super thin, so it's good for your under eyes just to not make a lot of transfer on your under eyes from your lashes. So the best lipsticks that I found from the drugstore that are pretty affordable are the NYX. These are like wooden lip pencils. This is in the shade, let's see, Peekaboo Neutral. So I'm just gonna line my lips and kind of just lightly fill them in with this. So next I want to go in with my top lipsticks. I've been really into lipsticks instead of liquid lipsticks unless I'm going out. So I love my Bite Merengue lip. I probably pronounced that wrong, but this is what it looks like. It's just a pretty nude. I'm gonna apply that all over my lip. I like to lock it all in with my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And then my secret for the summer is giving myself some glow with the MAC Gold Light Fix Plus. You can see how pretty and shimmery it is, so I just apply that all over my face as well. I just feel like that gives your face the most beautiful glow while still locking your makeup in all day. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go and finish my hair, and I will be right back. Alright, so this is the final look. I really love how it came out, and this has really just been my go-to for any summertime look. I know that when I put this makeup on and do these steps, it's going to make sure that that makeup lasts for a long time, but also I just know that if I really want that look that's going to make me look good in pictures or whatever it might be, this is my go-to. So I hope you guys really enjoyed. This is my first video back on YouTube, so I would love if you could comment down below and let me know what you want to see next. And also comment and let me know what your favorite product was, and I will send it your way for one of the commenters down below. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.